Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for attending today's Amputee Coalition Exhibitor and Sponsor webinar. I'm Patrice Deichel, and I serve as the Strategy Executive to our President and CEO. We would like to start with a few housekeeping notes this afternoon. Please note that we do have a closed caption option. When you scroll over the screen, a bar will pop up. Depending on what device you are on, you can find that menu bar at the top or at the bottom of your screen. This is where you will find the closed captioning for today's session, and you can view the captioning by selecting the CC tab on the menu bar. Please add any of your questions or comments you have to the chat feature, and our staff will collect them and address them during our Q&A portion for today's session. We will be posting links, resources, and contacts in the chat, so please take time to reference those and use for future use as we gear up for ACNC in Atlanta. Only the presenters and moderators of the session today have been unmuted. We will be recording today's session, and we will be sharing this out after. We thank you for the group that is here to attend with us today. If you're experiencing any technical difficulties, again, please use the chat feature, and one of the Amputee Coalition staff will be there to support you. You can find the chat, which looks like a word bubble, in the same menu bar. If you'd like to turn off the chat feature, you can do so by pressing Alt+H. I would now like to pass it on to our President and CEO, Cass Isidro.
Thanks, Patrice, and welcome, everyone. It's been just a little bit since we chatted. My name is Cass Isidro, and I serve as the Amputee Coalition President and CEO. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm wearing a black shirt and have short gray and white hair. It's a pleasure to be with you today. As we're in the final countdown to Atlanta, I believe we are less than 60 days at this point. I wanted to extend a sincere thank you from our board of directors, from our community members, to all of you as exhibitors and supporters for continuing to be with us this year and for promoting the event alongside our team. I've seen many partners posting on their websites, their Instagram sites. I've seen y'all on LinkedIn say you're going to conference, and really thank you in your partnership for our mission as we seek to support, educate, and advocate for people impacted by limb loss and limb difference, really fostering a culture of diversity, equity, inclusion in all aspects of our work. As many of you know who've been with us and those who are joining us, our Amputee Coalition National Conference is the largest in-person event of the year for our organization. We have an external team engaged to help us with this effort because it's not what we do every day. As you all know, we're doing support services, peer mentoring, outreach and education, and all the meaningful events within the community. So putting on a conference is a much larger affair. We have two partners with us today that are going to help with some of the details that all of you may want to know. Gigi's with us today from the AMP event group, and most of you on this call have also engaged with NALAR Association Solutions, and we have Marbella and Lana on the call to join us. Before I hand it off to Gigi and Marbella, though, I'm excited to share with you some information about the event and would invite you to post questions in the chat that we'll get to by the end of this call today. We don't anticipate taking the whole hour. We're just here to answer your questions and share some tidbits. So we will get on with it. What I want to share is that we have Wednesday, August 7th, is our pre-conference day. And to lean a little bit in to tell you what Wednesday offers. Wednesday has a focus of clinics. It has our dedicated exhibit hall preview. And if any of you saw the promotions last week, you see that we've engaged opening host Michael Beers, a comedian who will be in the exhibit hall for that opening preview, and hopefully draw all attendees who are there for pre-conference into the exhibit hall. He'll also be joining us on our opening night celebration. On Thursday, we officially open the conference with keynote speaker William Pike, a full day of workshops, clinics, and concluding with the opening celebration, which is going to include a karaoke contest for the first time, Michael Beers hosting again, and other special treats and orange carpet for the entire audience. Friday programming includes workshops, roundtables, clinics, and a main stage advocacy session focus panel, along with a well-attended dance party. The focus for Wednesday and a little bit of Friday's main session is the So Everybody Can Move initiative. So we look forward to sharing more updates in that space. And then in case you haven't realized, because some people are having an aha moment on this one, I want to make sure at emphasis, the conference does not close until Saturday at 2 o'clock. The conference closes in the afternoon after a full morning of programming. We have sessions on Saturday, we have roundtables on Saturday, we have clinics on Saturday, and our closing speaker, Olympic medalist Blake Leeper, will be with us on Saturday afternoon. So please, even though we're closing up the exhibit hall on Friday, I do hope that you all will stick around, and especially community members that are supporting your booths or supporting your presence at the conference. I hope they stick around as well, because many people find that Saturday afternoon send off to be the most treasured moment of the conference. So in addition to the full programming for each day, all the meals this year will be served in the exhibit hall, along with the product theater sessions. We intentionally focused the exhibit hall hours this year by decreasing the length of time. And in the Hyatt Regency, we are lucky enough to have a very condensed conference space where you're literally walking around exhibit hall, walking around sessions, and everything is in close proximity to each other. On the National Conference website, which we'll post in the chat, you can find the schedule at a glance, so that's the quick space to look. But you can also now find the full agenda for the conference. So if you're wondering what type of sessions are going to be there, if you're looking at who's staffing your booth and what day they should come, please take a look at the sessions and see what it has to offer. There may be some shifts of programming by day, or maybe to accommodate some change in speakers, but for the most part, the agenda for the conference is now set. And as we have less than 60 days, we'll continue to be adding sponsor logos to the event website. And next week, we'll be putting them up on the conference website and on our Amputee Coalition website. We also have exhibitors and sponsor messaging for contracts that were sold early. So if NALAR is asking you for that information for your messaging, please be sure to get it forward so we can start activating those messages on our social channels and other places if that's part of your contact. And with the Juneteenth and July 4 holidays, we are going to find ourselves in August before we know it. So if you have any questions, if you're looking at opportunities, now is the time to act on those. I'm going to turn it over to Gigi now, who's going to cover all of the logistics that if I told you I would probably get wrong. She'll tell you where to mail things. She'll tell you what time and all the things. But with that, welcome to the event. Again, thank you to all of you for continuing to partner with us in this important in-person education and networking experience for our community. And please, if you have questions, go ahead and start posting in the chat so we can be sure to get to them at the end. Gigi, over to you.
All right, thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Gigi Shepard. I'm the Director of Client Success with AMP Event Group. This is my second year assisting amputee, and I'm very excited, Amputee Coalition, I'm sorry. I'm very excited to be back and be a part of the team again. Cass already gave us an amazing overview of the schedule. I did put together a brief schedule at a glance if you want to take a look-see of this, but we can move on to the next slide. Perfect. So just a little quick discussion about transportation and parking. Transportation, just to give you some idea of how far the hotel is, it's really conveniently located in the center of Atlanta. It's really close to the Peachtree station. The Amtrak station is 3 miles away, and the Atlanta airport is only 11 miles. And there are public transit centers that are less than a half a mile away from this hotel, which is really exciting. If you are driving in, parking is valet only. It is $55 a day. I've also put together some nearby self-parking lots that are more cost effective, so you can take advantage of these. The hotel doesn't recommend that we park at any of the open lots, but here's what they did give us. In terms of registration and badge pickup, you will be able to pick that up at the registration desk that's going to be located right outside of the exhibit hall. FedEx was another one of my tasks that I've been charged with. So here are the FedEx hours. And also the email that is up at the top is an email that you can actually send from your laptop, and you can say, hey, I need 100 copies of this and that kind of thing. And FedEx will print it for you. So I'm excited that they are open for the duration of our conference, but just keep in mind of the hours, because when it says it closes at 6:30, it will be locked at 6:31. And speaking of this question, I just got a quick preview of Victoria looks like she has a question. If we are sending stuff to the conference, is there a partner or should we send it to FedEx? Yes, you do send it to FedEx. So funny you should mention it because this is the information for FedEx. What you want to do is put your guest name or the company name and cell phone. Here is the information. We're also sending this out so you guys can have it easily. But if you want to screenshot this, most importantly, if it's multiple boxes, please put boxes, or actually even if it's just one, box 1 of 1 or box 2 of 10, just to make sure that we can track it down when it comes in for you. So how long will they hold it? I think that if you're sending stuff for things for the conference, I would recommend less, if you can, less than a week before. They will hold it for you though, but I don't have specific times of, whether it's 4 days or 5 days or not. You're very welcome. And all right, perfect. Now it's on to someone else. If you guys have questions for me, please put them in the chat. I will respond to them in the chat, and I look forward to chatting with you again. Thank you.
So with that, we're going to hand it over to Marbella and Lana, and they have been working with most of you on your booths, on your extra opportunities to have engagement or visibility at conference. And so Marbella, would you go ahead and take it?
Sure. So thank you so much for everybody who was able to make today's call. My name is Marbella Miller. I am a Director of Partner Development at Naylor, and I work closely with Lana Taylor, who's also on today's call. And I'll apologize in advance. One of our key team members, Debbie, wasn't able to make our call today. So if there are any questions that we cannot answer, we're happy to take them down and get back to you as quickly as possible. And to start, Lana, if you want to kick off our thank yous.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Lana. As many of you probably on the call if you are current exhibitors or sponsors, you have definitely probably talked to me or heard from me on the phone or via email. We just really first and foremost wanted to thank you for those who have gone ahead and signed up for sponsorship so far. As I know, Amputee Coalition will agree, shows are as successful, as those that are participating and supporting it. So it's the exhibitors, it's the sponsors that help to make a show a success. So we're just really grateful for who has come in so far. And if you're just exhibiting, that's good too. It's what makes the show a success is the people that are there, the people that we get to see and we get to visit and we get to meet, and the attendees get to learn so much from you guys. So I just really want to take a minute to really, really thank you on that. If we go to the next slide. So I've been sending out the exhibitor dates, the lists, times. I know it's a ton of information coming in all at once. So first and foremost, don't ever feel like you can't ask the same question more than once. Just come to me, it's fine. Or send an email to one of the event emails, which I know Marbella is going to kind of either type into the chat or highlight a little bit later. You can set up for the show as early as August 6th. Setup needs to be completed on August 7th by 12 p.m. because we do have that show preview happening at 12:30. That is backed by popular demand. As far as I understand, that's something that they used to have before. We were involved with the show last year, so we're excited that that's something that's happening again. I'm excited. I think it'll be fun and give the attendees a chance to get a quick sneak peek of the show and see what's set up, what's happening in there. Plus, you have a quick stand-up comedian coming in there that's going to entertain. You get to have lunch. The attendees get to come and have lunch there with you, and you're in there as well. So it gives them something to do before the real kickoff, I think, starts on Thursday. Thursday and Friday are your actual exhibit show hours. I want to say one of the things we're also very excited about is that you do have those dedicated hours where there's no session conflicts. And that is something, again, that's by popular demand. And it makes sense. So that way you don't have to be at two places at once. We have, at certain times during the day, 12 to 2:30, there's nothing else going on. Again, hopefully that's going to drive the attendance coming into the show and visiting you, and you're getting a chance to meet with everybody you want to meet with. On Thursday, Cass obviously did a really good job talking about the opening celebration. I think that's going to be a blast. I think last year, some of us didn't realize, or some of my clients, my exhibitors weren't realizing that they could have been part of that opening celebration. So this year, we just want to make sure and reiterate the exhibitors are welcome to join that opening celebration along with the attendees. And we're going to open up the opportunity for you to be able to sponsor that opening celebration. So obviously we're only as good as the sponsorships that we get, you know, and the showcasing that you guys do with that really, really helps. So I'll briefly go into that opportunity. Well, actually, maybe I should just quickly just say takedown is on Friday, August 9th, before I kind of don't forget to say that. Even though the show will continue and we want you to stay there on Saturday, you're welcome to attend the closing speaker and whatnot. That takedown does have to happen on Friday, August 9th. So if you do have other arrangements, you know, and can't be there on Saturday, totally get it. Back to the opening celebration though. So that is happening Thursday. From what I got, one of the questions I was asking, there was a where. So it's in the Regency room. It is from 7 to 9:30. It's a Hollywood style, you know, it's a karaoke opening. Or it's last year I remember you guys had people walking on stilts. The overall atmosphere was bright, open, sunshiny. I was blown away by the charismatic dancing and everything that was happening there. So this year we're offering up to 10 companies that are sponsored. So you don't have to be an exhibitor. You can be a non-exhibitor and sponsor. If you're not able to exhibit, you can be a non-exhibitor and still sponsor the opening celebration. Hopefully that makes sense is what I'm trying to say. But if you are exhibiting and you can add that on, you can add it on for $1,000, and then you'll get that recognition at that opening celebration. We'll make sure that the host, the comedian host, Michael Beers, I'm not quite sure, but we'll make sure that he has the opportunity to thank you and that you've got that acknowledgement as being the opening part of that opening celebration and that sponsorship. Or if you're not able to exhibit, you can still sponsor that opening celebration. It would be just $1,500. And again, that would be cumulative. We're looking to have 10 sponsors do that. Unless we can get someone that jumps up right now, hands up, that would like to be our exclusive sponsor for that event, we would offer an exclusive sponsorship for that opening celebration for $7,500. How'd I do? I know I'm babbling a little bit. It's hard when you don't see people nodding, so I apologize. And I think we can move on to the next slide. Maybe. I don't know who's got slides movements.
All righty. So if you have already signed up to be an exhibitor, you should have already received your exhibitor service kit. If you have not received that, please reach out to the exhibit sales at amputee-coalition.org email address so we can make sure that we get that service kit to you. It includes information about, the payment policies, furniture and accessories, your exhibit and display options, shipping information. It has everything really that you need to have in hand as an exhibitor. All the information you need will be in there. Please check your spam or junk folder in case you have not received your exhibitor service kit. But again, we're happy to send you the information if you have not received it. And I wanted to also mention some deadlines, very important deadlines that are coming up. So if you have already reserved your booth space, your full payment should have already been submitted. If you have not done so, please submit the rest of your payment or full payment ASAP. I have probably already received an invoice. And then for anybody who has not reserved a booth space or purchased a sponsorship, full payment is required as you sign up. And then let's see here on your exhibitor services kit, you'll see that we have a deadline of June 28th for any furniture or accessories that you wish to purchase. So that includes your carpet, any kind of specialty equipment, shelving units, and so on. And let's see here. Also, let's see, final payments, back to payments, those are due at the latest by July 1st. So please get those over to us as soon as possible. For anyone who's interested in being a sponsor, July 8th is the deadline to submit your artwork, so we can ensure that we purchase and ship your items on time to guarantee their arrival. And then for any companies that are sponsors, we do have a June 19th, which is tomorrow, an end of business day tomorrow, strict deadline for your artwork or logo if you want to be included in the conference issue of the In Motion magazine. We will have a thank you page to our sponsors, and so we do need your artwork, which would be your logo, by tomorrow. And to be guaranteed to be included on signage throughout the conference, you're going to want to become or sign up to become an exhibitor no later than July 10th. You can still purchase a booth space after that, but to be guaranteed on signage, we will need to have all exhibitors signed up by July 10th. And for anyone who has who's part of the digital marketing package, we do need all of your information, like really yesterday. But if you could submit your logos and all the information that either Lana or Mary or Ken have sent your way, we need the information noted in the PDF attachment as soon as possible. And then let's see here. I think that was it on my portion.
I think you get to come back to me
Yes.
if it'll click. There we go. It's me again. So product theater this year. So last year we had, if you were there, we had a lovely stage set up right in the exhibit hall where you could basically take the floor for 30 minutes and have your own mini workshop for those that were in the hall. So we're doing that again. We've changed up a little bit more pricing wise, and just been a little bit more organized on it just to make sure people understand that it's available. And so we really want to thank the companies, of course, that so far have signed up. We've got 7. We have Sleeve Saver, Integram, Osher, New Tech, Filler, Point Designs, and College Park Industries. So thank you. From that, we've got 6 more slots left to take 30 minutes. So we would really love to have that sold out because it just, again, makes that show floor that more bubbly and exciting. If it can be as exciting and bubbly as me, I'm sure everybody will love that. Non-exhibitors can take a product. If you're going to walk the show and you can't take exhibit space this year, you can still take the floor for 30 minutes for $2,500. What we need with that, if you're an exhibitor and you want to add on and take one of those 6 spots left, it's only $1,500. So you do get that bit of a price break because you're exhibiting, right? What we need from you, if you haven't already sent it in, I know I've made some requests for it from those of my companies that have signed up, but with staff changes and that, some of you may be aware that Mary went on to a new position. So she's not working with us anymore, but don't worry, we still want to make sure you're well taken care of. If you've signed up for that Product of Theater Showcase, or if you're going to, all I need from you is a title, description of your session, and one more thing. Oh, the name of the speaker. If you know the name of the speaker, that's helpful as well. But yeah, and you get 30 minutes and the floor is yours and it's right in there. We're trying to put it on popular time slots. Obviously, a lot of the lunchtime time slots are taken already, but there's lots left. So please jump on that. I'll be very excited if you do. And I'm sure everybody on the call will as well. Yes, and then we kind of went into the opening host entertainment. I don't know if Cass wanted to reiterate that a little bit more. I'm super excited for this. I like, things that bring people together, and I'm really excited about the sponsorship opportunities that we've added to the opening celebration. Just again, to give a quick repeat on that, we're either looking for a multiple amount of sponsors for this at, my brain is of course forgetting how much. So we can either do, like I said, up to 10 sponsors. If you're exhibiting already, you can do it for $1,000 each. And you'll get, again, I mentioned on Cvent on the conference website, you will get exposure from that, some branding, some recognition, whatever we can do to make that special. It will make sure that the host, Michael Beers, takes the time to thank you for being one of the opening celebration sponsors. If you're not exhibiting, please do sponsor us as well. You can do that for $1,500. And then, or if you want to jump and if you want to be quick and jump and be the exclusive opening sponsor, you can, and that would be just $7,500. And we have a question.
And Janine, there's a question from Janine Lana about when she'll be notified the date and time of the product theater. It seems like Mary was her point of
Yeah,
contact. So can we
for sure.
post
So I was
that up?
hoping Pat Roberts would have gotten back to you on that. We did provide him with that information. I'm trying to figure out exactly who the best person is, with some of these incoming calls from her, but I can tell you your time slot that you got is lunch. Actually, no, hang on. Oh, sure. That's Osher, right? Yes, you're Osher. I'm going to say yes. Janine, yeah. You have 1 p.m. on Thursday. And again, all we need from you to send in to us, you can send it to me if you want. It's real simple. My email rhymes. It's ltaylor@naylor.com. So everyone can usually remember that one. But I just need your title, your speaker, and a description. And if anything, you can reach out to me anytime, Janine, with questions. If I don't know the answer, I'll find someone that does. Awesome. I'm glad. Okay, next, some other new sponsorships we're super excited to add because the more the merrier. Again, it's how we make this show a success. It's how Amputee Coalition is able to advocate on your behalf and hold education opportunities for everybody in the limb loss and limb difference community. So anything you can do to help is always welcome. We're adding a branded napkin opportunity so that all the napkins that are used at lunch and around the halls and whatnot, if you want to have that brand recognition, you can have that on the napkin. It would be $3,000. That's an exclusive opportunity. We're adding a branded chocolate opportunity or a branded type candy where again you can have your company logo and that on there showcasing you, and who doesn't like a candy. We'll put that in the attendee bag, and that's another treat that the attendees and exhibitors, of course, you will receive as well. There's also, that one's $3,000. You can see the price there. We'll also have the branding cups opportunity. Again, nice way to showcase who you are. We have the different water hydration stations and that's set up in the hall. So it's an easy way, again, for you to have your brand recognition around the hall for $3,500. There's value there. Again, branding and recognition is everything. If you know, I sell advertising for a living. So, it's a great opportunity to show support, of course. Exclusive education sponsorship. I have been promoting this and I'm really hopeful we can find somebody to jump on this one. You become the exclusive sponsor of the education track at this year's conference. Includes your logo and thank you placed in targeted education marketing promotions. You get on the website, the conference app, the final program, meeting room signage. Plus, you have the opportunity to distribute your own marketing materials at the back of the room. So again, tons of exposure. In my opinion, or at least what I saw from the conference last year, people are there to learn. And so the education part of it is huge. So we would really love for somebody to step up and be the educational sponsor for this. Another great way to do an add-on, if you're an exhibitor, you might not get to talk to everybody, or maybe they don't have time to see you. Shows can be busy. You don't get to talk to everybody. Sometimes it's hard. Put your own promotional literature in the attendee bag. It could be a brochure, a pamphlet, a postcard, a flyer, anything that you might think is handy. We can put that in the attendee bag. It's one of the first things they see when they open up their package with the other goodies that they get. If for a one-page, two-sided brochure, pamphlet, flyer type piece, it's only $1,500. So it's, again, great way to make sure you're not missing anybody that's coming through that door. If you had something unique that you wanted to put in, maybe it was a notepad or any other kind of giveaway or item that you think might catch the attention, that's your unique piece that you would like to have that attendee bag, tell us about it. And we can always look and see what we might be able to offer you to include that, because that price might look like, if it's a little bit bigger in that, it's a bigger piece, you know, the price and that might change based on weight and I'll say realty space that it takes up in the bag. Mobile app. So I'm just like going through this at warp speed. I hope I'm not boring you at all. Trying to be exciting here. The mobile conference app, of course, that's everyone's attached to their phones. At least I am. At least my kids are. This is where they can find all their information on the events that are happening at the show, the education track times, all basically your info is right there on the show app. So we are looking for mobile app sponsors, $2,500. If you want more details on that, just call me, or again, we have that email for the show that Marbella or somebody's going to post, because my brain doesn't want to tell me what that email is right now. Finally, I'll talk about the one last thing here is the hotel key card sponsorship. When you're staying at a show, you got to use your hotel key card to get in and out of that show. Sometimes it's a really great keepsake even after the show. It's again in their hands, in their pockets, in their purse. They're looking at it all the time. It's a really great way just to again have that visibility, that branding. It's portable. It's used throughout the show. And again, we would love to have an exclusive company step up, exhibitor or non-exhibitor, to sponsor our hotel key cards for $9,500. And that's it. Thanks for listening.
Well, thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Marbella. I think you just made hotel key cards sound more interesting than I've ever heard before. So appreciate that. The main purpose of today was to provide everyone with some nuggets of information, your mailing, your move in, your move out, all the details. I can't tell you the number of people in the exhibit hall last year who told me, oh, I wish I knew I could have done X, or you should do Y. And this is a response to get all the information to those of you that are interested, both those who are joining us today and those who will see the recorded webinar when we send it out, so you're aware of what opportunities exist. We did not update you on registration. I will tell you we are trending right at last year. So we are hopeful to have about 1,000, maybe 1,200 people on site. That is our goal and our vision. So we will keep our fingers crossed and see how this rolls in. Early bird deadline does extend through next week. If we need to, we may have conversations about extending it further to continue to promote the event. Like I've said before, we recognize that we are in an expensive hotel, in an expensive space, and we're trying to do all that we can to ensure we have high attendance. We also have provided at this point 75 scholarships for the event. Some of those are full scholarships and some of those are registration only scholarships, but those are folks coming to the event with assistance to ensure that they can be present. Looks like we have can we please put up the first inflow slide again? I think it was contact information, Brandon says. All right, we'll give about 4 more minutes if anybody wants to post questions, and then we will give you 20 minutes back in your day. So last chance, anyone, but not really the last chance. You can email any of us at any time, either events@amputee-coalition.org or eventsales@amputee-coalition.org. And if you happen to email the wrong one, we just forward it to somebody, to the other one, to take care of it. So we got that on the back end.
We should mention again, the other thing we did do this year, that if you're still thinking about joining and a little bit afraid of costs and whatnot, you do get your table included this year and 2 chairs and drapery. So that's a huge added value when you think about traveling on costs and that, to have that table, that drapery set up. It's nice. So yeah.
All right, last call on questions. I see folks are leaving, so it looks like double checking. We are shooting for 1,000 to 1,200 people. Yes. Last year we had about almost 1,000 people on site, and we are trending the same as last year. The hotel discount code is on the website. And maybe if we can post the link there. And the table size, I have no idea. That's a Marbella Atlanta question.
6 foot. It's a 6-footer.
There you go.
And I have a cheat sheet here that will give you that link for the hotel. If you give me 2 seconds, I can post that in there. See if that worked. No, I don't know if that's a link. Oh, Patrice has it because you're fabulous.
Awesome. All right, thank you, everyone. If you have any more questions, let us know. If you know folks that have questions, send them our way. But we look forward to seeing you in less than 60 days. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.